Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Friday, January 10th, 2025, and today's topic will be sketching big. And before we begin, welcome back if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. I sketch and post every day, and I set timers to stay focused and build a sketching habit. And you're welcome to use these videos to build a habit and to get some ideas. I'm going to start a 10-minute timer. I'm calling this sketching big because this is a big pad of newsprint. So it is a 18 by 24 inch pad of newsprint, and I've had it for a long time. I just haven't used it. So I've been on this quest to organize everything, do a deep dive of organizing, because otherwise it just won't ever be organized. And it's going to take me maybe that's my New Year's resolution. It might take me all year. I'd be fine with that if I can organize everything. So yeah, 18 by 24, and so these newsprint pads, they're pretty economical for what they are, like for how big they are, and they're good for figure drawing and other things, but I mainly use them for figure drawing or like portraits and stuff. And that's what I did here. I just sketched this from reference, and over here what I can do is, what I thought I could do for today's video is take this as inspiration, basically use the sketch from reference and use it as the reference, and basically make it look like the same person but also kind of stylized, going towards creating a character as I like to do. And then as I do that, I can just kind of talk about the tools. So you got the newsprint. Also, I'm using a charcoal pencil. It's a soft, so they come like in different, like very soft or medium or something. I'm just using soft. And to sharpen it, you use an X-Acto, because if you just sharpen it like with the sharpener, the lead is too soft and it'll break. And also for like the technique, because you want to be kind of loose, this helps to become looser and like learn to use your whole arm kind of thing instead of being all detailed. And also when you're sketching, it's more life size, so this is almost life size here. I found one of these, which I thought I was missing, but I found it. And yeah, you just sharpen it. It's like a what is it, sandpaper? So I've seen these kinds of things at, well, obviously they have them at craft or art stores, and then I think I've even seen them at office supply store. So there's several things I want to kind of share with you, as I like to do. One, to get warmed up. Like I said, I did this from reference, but then it's done in a way that I can draw from imagination, or that I can learn from it. I don't really feel the need to do hyperrealism or photorealism. It's just not my interest. To me, I actually think it's quite easy, and also it's tedious, but sometimes it's still good to take your time to render and stuff like that, is what I'm saying. So like for example here, I'm just getting warmed up, but I can add some shading. So this would be like according to the stages that I have, just the shading part of it. Now when you're working on a big pad of paper like this, little bit. But yeah, if you have a like an easel or something, like a surface, but I'm just using my desk. But yeah, I thought that I found this pad of newsprint, and I thought it would be good to, I mean, like, you could see the paper's got, it's a little bit warped, but it's fine because it's newsprint, so it kind of lends itself to being sketchy, and yeah, it just kind of helps you to break out of detail and just focus on the big forms and stuff, and yeah, it could be fun. Part of this is because I was doing a kind of a bigger painting yesterday in yesterday's video. Alright, so just want to get warmed up for a minute. There's more detail I could add in this, but I'm just going to leave it for now. And so in this video, or this part, I'm basically, I'm just going to look at this and make it look like the same person or like the same character, and kind of keep it at like the same scale. So part of this is just to work at a bigger size, and how that's beneficial, because it allows you to, so I'm going to start sketching here. So if you want to make it the same kind of proportion, you can just hold the pencil pretty loosely, because I mean, I don't know how new this kind of stuff is. I know for some people it's not new, so in that case you could just kind of get the idea and stuff like that. But I also want to sort of explain if it is new. But yeah, you can just kind of use this. Oh yeah, I was going to say that if you're working kind of like big like this, you can hold the pencil more loosely, kind of use your arm. Also, it's more life size, so I feel like it's a different feel to like you get a different kind of understanding of the subject. But yeah, I mean, if you have like the proportion, you can just extend it. And I mean, since it's pencil, you could do it lightly. You could also erase it if you need to. But yeah, you can just kind of extend it if you're wanting it to look like the same person. Now, you could just look at the person, look at that's different. That's like life drawing. That's you kind of have to just do that. But I can kind of approach it a little bit, like if you want to do that. Basically, this is what you would do. You would just kind of use them like as the reference, and the way you would do that is the like the measurement of the person. So you would hold out your arm and then use this as the proportions, but that's kind of beyond sort of what my channel is since I'm not doing that. But this is basically how you do it. The difference here also is that I'm actually converting this into a 3/4 view, so I'm just kind of using like the basic construction, basic kind of Loomis head or ball and kind of like sphere kind of thing. So in a 3/4, the basic forms that help me anyway, that I tend to go with, is partly kind of like the Loomis head, but then like I like to see like this is like the face part, and then you have the cranium part, which has a side. So part of this is just going to be construction. So this is helpful for that. It's helpful to learn the like sketching big. It's gonna have to be like this. It's also helpful for proportion, because it's gonna look pretty wonky, as I like to say, if your proportions are off. So in some ways it's actually easy to get the proportion correct because it's more life size, and also at the same time it makes it more important to kind of get the proportion. It's more obvious. So again, just kind of sticking with so you can see I made it a little bit bigger, which I'm going to stick with because I kind of like that. So again, it just depends on, since my original sketch wasn't that photorealistic anyway, it wasn't trying to be photorealistic, I can just get sort of the feel of it, which I've said before, how if this were a character, so if I'm going off of a sketch and then I'm gonna kind of create another version of it, then it'll look even more like a character, for example. And that's what I prefer. That's more fun for me. So if you were gonna do so I'm gonna go away from this a little bit. I'm gonna have it be sort of the same person, but I'm going to use this as my proportion because I can't go off of that anymore because I made it a little bit bigger. But I kind of that's kind of the whole point. So I'm just going to use that as a inspiration, but I'm going to make this look correct. Now at this part, you could just set up the Loomis head or a construction. But I think what I was going to say a minute ago was, yeah, you can just kind of work on the construction and then use that as a guide. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit everything in here. I'll kind of stick with this part here. Now I'm keeping this part, the head itself, I'm keeping it basic because the idea behind this exercise is to just get just to do something different, and then also to get a feel for it, do something different, and just kind of have a different approach. So notice everything is kind of on a curve. Now from here, so I guess my point is it's good to be loose at this stage, because like I said, I have a pad of tracing paper, and I'll do a video about that, where if you want to take something like this, because that would be good to if you have a big canvas or a good piece of paper and you want to work kind of big, which I want to. I mean, I'm working towards that kind of thing. So in that case, that's why this newsprint is good for just working out the forms and everything. So yeah, I'm just going to use the other sketch as kind of just an idea. So everything is kind of shifted off of that center line a little bit, because if it were straight, it would be like this, but it's curved. There's something else I wanted to mention. But I forgot. Yeah, you also could use just a bigger sketchbook. Like in this one actually is more life size. This sketch is actually bigger than the previous one. So there's more of a sculpting quality. And I actually don't like to detail with this pencil. It's too soft. I don't like the way it feels. But for these broad strokes, it's actually pretty fun. And it's also a good way to lay down value. But yeah, it's good to, sometimes when you're just kind of creating like the construction, that's why reference is good, just because not so much to copy the reference, but so you're not thinking about the hairstyle or whatever. Like it kind of allows you to focus on other stuff rather than trying to invent, because that does kind of takes brain power to try to invent like hairstyle and features of the face. But here you're just thinking about the proportion and like the different forms and the values. But yeah, if you were working from reference, it's the same idea. But on this newsprint, it also forces you to use certain kinds of pencils. If you were to use one that was too like hard, it would tear the paper. So one thing is, I find that one, it's good to check the proportion. So I established kind of a circle shape, so that was kind of my basic setup, and then like that ellipse for like the face. But then there's sort of like basic construction stuff like this. Now it's a little different when it's 3/4. You can kind of get away, like the main thing there is to kind of make sure like the form of the head is okay. But when you're doing like a front view, then it's more obvious when things aren't like symmetrical or they're crooked. And it doesn't have to be exactly symmetrical, just not really weird. But I actually haven't sketched like on a big pad of paper in a while, especially on newsprint. It's fun. But yeah, in yesterday's video, at the end, I kind of just played some music because apparently there's like a new music thing, creator music as they call it, with a lot more choices. So I might just do that, just kind of sketch and put some music. So with that said, I'll go ahead and sign off as far as thanking you for joining me. And if you like these videos, I appreciate supporting the channel. And until next time, keep on sketching.